Alright. Hey guys, we're Cam Wrestling here this morning. So I'm going to do a little bit of a video kind of following up what I made yesterday. And this will go over a lot of stuff I kind of mentioned that I found in that video. So essentially in the CRL, of course, way back in the day, before I was really fully on YouTube and everything. And also while I was on YouTube actually at first, I actually did kind of have a little division of like the video game racing series on CRL or back in the BMR era basically. And honestly, I have not done a series like this in 5 years. And I want to say last year I considered doing this. I do have a season schedule set on NASCAR Chase for the Cup game because I got a game last year because I want to try it out on the PlayStation 2. And, I could still do the series, but I'm not sure how I'd be able to do it. But yeah, so basically back in the day. So I want to say mid 2016 ish. This was definitely during summer probably around when Dale Jr. got injured too, because I remember Jake Cooper replacing him in the first series. Yeah, I actually ran a NASCAR Inside Line season where I actually did my own kind of custom schedule. Basically, what I did is I went in the race now mode in the game. I ran the certain tracks I wanted to run, and I did two 36 race seasons in this series here. They were both in 2016. And then you get to like where I did all the YouTube stuff after that, like the Thunder 04 seasons, and I think it ends off with a truck series season I did on the NASCAR Heat game. So yeah, so basically I did NASCAR Sideline on the Wii. Because I also recently brought my Wii console back up, do other things too. Oh, fun fact too, I somehow broke my TV screen by the way yesterday going to looking for all this stuff. So then the Thunder 04 seasons, I ran 3 of those seasons officially on the old channels and stuff. I do know a lot of his videos were pretty fun for me to do. And I want to say it was like early BMR era for the first 2 seasons. Then the last season was where a lot of the BMR and Air drivers came in. And then there was actually a season 4. However, I deleted the season off of the game, and I didn't realize that at the time because that's what I was looking for yesterday. Because I actually had race results or the race winners written down from the races I did run a season. It was like 11 of the races there for that season. And honestly, I would have definitely gone back and finished that season if I did not delete that season. And then the truck series, I ran out NASCAR Heat 2 in the NASCAR Heat games. I actually played Heat 2 first fully, and I did like my own little career mode there. I actually had a lot of the career wins I had on that game. Actually, I saved on my phone by the way, my old phone by the way. But I didn't move them to this phone. And basically, I moved a lot of those those Thunder series results and the truck series results to my current phone, so I'd be able to go through and do all this and the NASCAR South Lion seasons. I actually kept these seasons written down in a notebook. This is before I went to like saving everything digital onto my phone in the Notes app. So yeah, in the CRL. So basically, kind of what I with the NASCAR South Lion stuff though is I did have to kind of doctor up some of the races with the winners because I had some of the NASCAR drivers winning. But I just gave other drivers wins if they didn't really get many wins in that series. They would held them in the win list, I guess. But yeah, so these seasons, they start from 2016, like I said, all the way till 2019-ish. And 2019 was really the last year where I did series here. So I guess it kind of was saying the video game division. Why is Inter 2003 not in this division? Because Inter 2003, I consider it more like a sim kind of game or whatever. So, because of course, like the video games on the consoles, you can't really do simulation a lot with them. Although I know probably the next game will probably be similar to the sim because iRacing is doing the game. But anyway, without out of the way there, Inter 2003 does have its own division in CRL wins. So basically, kind of what I was thinking this up yesterday when I made this is basically like the video game area of the consoles has its own division of race wins, and then Inter 2003, of course, has its own division. The stop motion / diecast racing I did, like the Arby's Cup Series seasons and also the Paints League seasons back in the BMR era and all that, all has its own area. And then the year-long format gets its own thing too because it's always this big yearly thing that I've always done with the CRL. Basically, kind of almost behind the doors, honestly. But yeah, that's really all I'll have to say with that. There's like the current year-long format season in 2003 is not counted with the Inter 2003 win list, basically, is what I should say. And, of course, all the win lists do come together, and I will actually show that combined win list on the bottom of this document. I put it on here so that way I can show the win list there and just kind of highlight who has won in the CRL officially right now in the moment for what I have. So out of the way here, the first season I did was, of course, NASCAR Inside Line series here. I did NIL season 1 for that because it was NASCAR Inside Line game. And I got this game back in 2013 from my dad when he got his own Wii system at when he lived with his my grandmother at the time. And, of course, she passed away in like 2016. So about 3 years there. Then I want to say when my dad moved into where he lives now is where I actually did a lot of these series, honestly. And yeah, it's really where I did all that stuff because 2016 was the first real year I did all this. So the first race at Daytona, I do remember this one, Eli Johnson winning out in this race. And before I explain the Atlanta winner, I do want to say I did a test race at Atlanta on the day version of the track. And I don't know why in the day version, some of the back marker cars were able to get lucky and win the race. And that's kind of how Cole Beaver won this race. And funny enough, I don't think this was officially counted in the CRL race for the NSL Line Series. I did do a test race there, and the number 30 for David Stremme won that race. I think Josh Wise was 26 here. So, yeah, Cole Beaver has a CRL win based on that right there in Atlanta. Well, another CRL win. He had like 4 to 5 wins before doing this, and the old year-long format stuff, basically Cole really mainly ran there back in the day. Lily Adams winning Las Vegas. I think this was a win given to her because I think like Denny Hamlin or someone like that ended up winning that race. No, Eric Jones won that one in the 22 car for Penske. Yeah, so that's why Lily Adams has a Las Vegas win, the number 9 Petty car. And then there goes Caleb Camp starting to win here, and Caleb will, spoilers, had the most wins in the video game series, of course, and yeah, he had a lot of dominant seasons in the win category every single season, but didn't win every single championship, fortunately. I think he won like 3 out of these 6 titles here, so still half of the championships. And Madison Yates there in 16. Yeah, she didn't really apparently she didn't really have a good ride here because I had her in the 95 car, which is 95. Because the way the video games go, it's kind of like how it's realistic with the good teams running up front and then the bad teams running in the back all the time. So Madison in the 95 cars, I won her 95 because I was racing her at the time. Yeah, she was not in a good car, so yeah, she didn't really have much luck here. So I swapped her to the 16 here, and then yeah, she has a few more wins because of that. Brett Campbell too, he wasn't really in a big spot here too, so I did put him there. Then Jake Hoover in the 88 because he kind of replaced Dale Jr. in these series here. Back in 2016. Harley Thomas a big win here in this first season, and yeah, I know Duncan ended up winning here in Talladega, and then Audra Crock in Atlanta won. I think originally Kyle Busch, no, that's actually the race Hamlin won actually right there. Oh, fun fact, Carter Adelman, a past NASCAR stop motion YouTuber, I don't even think his channel has had a video on it for like 5, 6, 7 years. Ended up winning a race at Michigan. Yeah, the Carter Limlin replaced Tony Stewart winning as well later on in the season 2, and this was kind of Carter's first few official race wins in the CRL right now. And yeah, Cale Campbell winning like 18 races in the first season, and he won the championship. And fun fact, I actually had Chase Elliott in the 24 in this season, and I think he was like 5th in the points. And he didn't win either season, but he was very consistent running up front in the 24 car in this game, and it was a really crazy thing that happened. And we get season 2 of the series here. So Anies Munoz actually originally wasn't in one of the top. Well, actually, she was in the 5 car in the series here, but never won in it. So I put her in the 2 car because Kurt Busch was in 2 here, and I always had Kurt Busch in the 2 over Keselowski for some reason back in the last few years, back in like 2016ish and all that. And yeah, she ended up winning the Daytona opener here. Caleb won Atlanta this time. I thought Anthony Drew won that race in the 30 car, by the way, the Dave Stremme car in his game. Yeah, Madison another Las Vegas win for Ezekiel Morris, his first win at Phoenix. Not surprised. I think Ezekiel has a good few Phoenix wins actually in the CRL, by the way. Then Duncan winning Bristol. I think that was a Bristol race. I do remember racing against Duncan, and I think he beat me out in that race. Actually, funny enough. Yeah, really nothing else much to know here just yet. Oh yeah, Daytona right there, Zoe Eubanks. So that was actually a Jimmy Johnson win. However, I've seen the 98 car win at Indianapolis before in this game too, by the way, probably in my career mode. So I was like, hey, you know what? Let's put the 98 as a race winner here and give Zoe Eubanks a random win. She was actually another past CRL driver that ran on my team back in 2017, actually, in a series I didn't really count because I didn't have the results from that series. And I think Grant Hoover would have won that championship, too, by the way, in that series. I've been his first real championship, along with the NEFL season one. That also did happen around the first BMR year as well for Grant Hoover, or first BMR year in the league in general. Yeah, then Noah Smith, his first win. Noah Smith. We'll get back to him later because, spoilers, he does also have a championship later on in this video. And yeah, they got Carter Anies winning again. They both end up winning a few more races in the season. Mackenzie's have a win at Chicagoland. I remember that 55 car winning that race, by the way, right at the end. And then Jake Hoover actually won 7 races in the season and the championship. For some reason, I have 35 races here. I could have missed a race and I just didn't realize it. Because there is an Angela Gibson win somewhere, and I just don't know where it is. I'll probably look back at all the race results again too. But I didn't really see her car winning in any of the stuff here, so I didn't really look hard enough for it. But yeah, so Jake Coover ended up winning the championship here in this series, and then we get to the YouTube series here. So I think I explained this in the original Thunder 4 video, but I had a lot of fun with the first season roster, including a lot of people from Boy Scouts, a lot of my school friends and stuff like that. Because this was really before. Well, actually, I did a real YouTube sign up, but I had like nobody sign up for the series here. I think William Brock was really the main big name, and then you got Spencer Purcell right there too. I think I had to add him in though. But yeah, so Kevin Limlin ended up winning the first official race in the CRL for the Thunder 04 series here. And this was kind of the first real YouTube series. I didn't really run those seasons on YouTube back there. Yeah, and of course, I ended up dominating this season. Charles Taylor still got that win at Tiburon. I remember him running a 97 car season 1. So, yeah, he still got that win there. The Spencer Purcell killer. So, really, nothing really changed with this season. And then, while I was looking on his phone, I actually found the original race winner list from that first season. So I was actually able to have an accurate list. I think season 2 is still kind of fine for what I had originally. However, season number 3 is going to change up a good bit here because like I thought certain drivers were certain cars, but nope, they were not in those certain cars in this area. So yeah, also no side note, I did add Duncan Patel back instead of Sarah Cox being in the 48 here because I figured it'd be easier to keep Duncan in that right there. And yeah, looking at that, there's really no other change from season 2 from what I originally had here. So everything does happen. But I still kept the champion based on the points. Originally, Jake Hoover did win this championship. However, I did reverse Caleb and Jake's championship still here as well to kind of keep it reflected on the points here. I did have the champion marked down as what it originally was, though, in those win list. This season number 3, and somehow I had the guess right that Brady Wilmington won at Dockside in the 24 card. This was actually a live stream series, too, by the way. So I ran the 48 card season, won like 18 races, but did not win the championship at all. Jake Hoover ended up winning based on the points here. However, in the chase version, which I did, I ended up being the champion. So, yeah, either way, you could kind of put Caleb or Grant or me as or Jake as champions here and this stuff. Matthew Brown. So Matthew Brown, I think he ran originally in the Stop Motion series, and he ended up being in the series throughout the signups. And he somehow pulled out 3 wins, which is pretty funny to think about. He ended up winning 3 races here in the series here. And you got Jake over with his win at Pocono here. Yeah, Jake really didn't win much here, but he did end up winning like 1 race here in championship. I think originally I ended up winning this Pocono race, and I gave it to Jake or something like that because I don't really remember Jake winning in the season. I think he was marked winless on the Thunder 04 game, by the way. In the wins, but I gave him the win for some reason, and I just kept that way. Carter Limlin, he ended up being the 40 car here. So in the first 2 seasons with the 40 car, actually, I had another person I knew, kind of one of my brother's old friends, that was in that car there. So that's another fun fact there because that's why Carter didn't win in the 40 till now. And I mean, heck, that driver didn't even win in the 40 car either. So that 40 car didn't win until season 3. Richard Herman, he was really the last YouTube person to get a win here in the season. Noah Smith, another win there at Charlotte in the 97. So he replaced Charles in a 97 car. Elizabeth Boutel, she did end up getting a win in the series here. I think that 88 car, I was struggling finding out who won in that car. So good thing I was able to see that Elizabeth ended up winning that car in the series here. I don't really have the season 3 roster. I could look back at that phone again and see if there are some rosters from that season. I did have the season 4 roster though, which I could show off if people want to see what it looked like. And there goes me winning 4 in a row. That's the only time I really won 4 in a row in any of the series, by the way. So yeah, I mean, I was able to win a lot, but not like too many races in a row though. Then of course I ended up winning out the rest of the season, but Jake Hoover won the championship. And then finally, there was an 18 race truck season, which yeah, this was actually another live stream YouTube series here I did. And this was on NASCAR Heat too, because it was like the 27 Ben Rhodes, the 4 truck Christopher Bell, the 18 for Noah Gragson and stuff like that. 16 was probably Ryan Truex back in 2017-ish, I think. Yeah, it should have been Ryan Truex. But yeah, so I ended up winning Daytona. I actually won 7 races here out of the 18 here, so not too crazy dominant in the season. Noah Smith had a lot of wins early on as well, by the way. Landon Fan, that is actually Larson Fan 8842. I remember him running around a lot in the CRL back in the day, or back then, whenever the series ran. And yeah, that's his one win to fame in the CRL. Because I don't think he ever really won a race anywhere else after that. He only really ran 2 seasons because he was abysmal in both the seasons as well, which I did joke about a lot back in the day. Carter Lillman won another one there at Gateway. I forgot he ran the 88 truck here in this series. Yeah, I also didn't really have Jake or Grant Hoover in any series too, by the way. So they didn't really win all in this here. Massey Ace, a big one there. That's at most for Canada. So yeah, I actually had a lot of fun with the Truck Series too, by the way. Elizabeth Boutel ended up winning Atlanta, and then another one-time league winner, Jose Leon, won the last video game series race I did on this channel at Bristol. I'm pretty sure this race was chaotic too, and that's how he ended up winning the race there. And yeah, winning in the BKR truck, by the way. Yeah, BKR ran back in 2017. This was their last year as a race team, too, by the way. So yeah, Jose Leon got the win there. So this is kind of the win list here. I did also mark drivers. I didn't really have to take wins away. So what I did is I went back, I subtracted the wins out, and then I added the wins back for drivers that end up winning here in the thing here. And with Thunder 04, season number 4, I know like Kate Summers won the opener there. I won probably 3 to 4 times in those 11 races. Andrew Crockett, I see her name right here. She ended up winning twice. I don't think Brady Wilmington won again. I think Jake Hoover probably had a win there somewhere in that Thunder 04 season. So there were a couple drivers that have won before that ended up winning that season. And like Kate Summers getting her first win as well and that stuff as well. So anyway, with that out all the way now, here is kind of your win list now. So a lot of drivers did gain and some drivers lost wins here. Grant Hoover notably because he lost his 7th place spot in a top 10 win list to Elizabeth Boutel, by the way. Now they're by 2 wins, but Jace is still catching him, by the way. Jace just needs to win more races in CRL. But yeah, so Kel Campbell still leads, but that lead grew by about 30-ish more wins now. So Kel Campbell has won 200, almost 210 more races than the next driver. And, I mean, that's, of course, because Caleb has ran it all but 2 of the CRL season. He always ends up winning a lot. And, you know, with a lot of things going recently with being the Lone Ranger, too, I guess. Caleb just keeps on winning because he has nothing else better to do. But, yeah, 14 career championships overall. The year-long format, looking for that 6th career title. Stop motion stuff, I'll have to kind of probably calculate the wins, put them all together, and to see what those championships look like. In the video game division, like 3 of the 6 titles, and like Jake has 2 of them, and then Noah Smith has 1 as well. Yeah, Noah Smith won the Truck Series title. By the way, I forgot to say that. He ended up winning in the Final 4 run there, too. I think it was me, Elizabeth, him, and I forgot who the 4th one actually was. Maybe Brady Wilmington? I don't remember. But, yeah, Madison Yates' 3rd win list. And Madison and Jake were originally tied for 2nd, and I wasn't sure if Madison was going to actually beat out Jake in the wins. I felt like she was, and then when I did this, I realized at the end, wait, Madison's not going to beat Jake out in the wins here. So she's still the winningest female driver by like 40 wins, but she's the third winningest driver overall in CRL history. Carter Lillman sitting in 4th, kind of by himself, right in between Madison and Brett in the wins right there, almost 20 wins between both drivers there. Brett Campbell 5th, just ahead of Andrew Crockett by about 4 career wins right there. Elizabeth Boutel, Grant Hoover, Jay Starter, your next kind of active, and he's kind of one of the main CRL driver that's leading among that group, excluding Caleb right now, among drivers will be active next year in the top 10 in the win list. And Brady Wilmington, Duncan Patel, and Eli Johnson all tied for 10th on the win list. Brady, with his 2 championships, does have that tiebreaker. Then Duncan and Eli winning a lot back in the pre-BMR era and in the BMR era. Right there with Brady's one. Originally, Jalen Bales actually just recently jumped into the top 10 of the win list, by the way. But now it's kind of changed to where she has to kind of go there and try to win 2 more races again. Actually, if she does win again, or when she does win again, she'll probably be winning a lot more right now. She will actually have tiebreaker with Brady Wilmington based on the championships because she ended up winning the two titles this year already. And I'm like saying that other video. We will be at the end of the race season mainly. After the current series are done with CRLX and the 2024 season. But yeah, and then Brady C right there as well on the win list. William Bales is there. Noah Smith with a championship. He did jump up to 16th on the win list. Lily Adams, Jess Skeeto, Jordan Biz, and Nicholas Rice here top 20. Actually, Cam Spinner is tied in the top 20, by the way, as well. But tiebreaker given to Jordan and Nick for championships there. So Cam Spinner, if he does, whenever he does win again, he'll probably get another win or 2 somewhere. He'll end up passing them in the win list. Billy Gates, my uncle, up to 22nd. Sarah Cox, she did fall back. She did gain like 3 wins. So she did fall back in the win list here. 2 14 career wins. Onyx Munoz, she gained up. Hayden McAdams, Jalen Turner, Avery Fowler right there, all 12 wins apiece. Brendan Crace, Ezekiel Morris didn't. Well, Ezekiel gained wins. Brendan didn't right there as well. And yeah, nobody in the 10 wins right there. So they got your 9-time winners: Caden Mahoney, Scar Rose, Ben Campbell. Then everybody else kind of winless here. Really nobody crazy to note till I guess we get to all of your one-time winners. So, yeah, Zoe ends up being a one-time winner. Landon Fan, Jose Leon end up being one-time CRL race winners. Trinity May, she actually had a win too in Thunder 04 series as well, by the way, that I can't really count now because I deleted the season. Um, yeah, then everybody else here who are all one-time race winners. Kara Rice, she had that big one there. Kevin Limlin won the first ever Thunder 04 race right there as well. And then you get your kind of this year first time winners that couldn't winning. And plus, I do think we'll still get some more first time winners. I'm still waiting for Kiratin, Kylie Markham to pull off a win. Megan Bell, Jet Turner. Who else you got? You got some more of the new debuting drivers too, by the way, that could end up winning their first career races as well. But the win list didn't really jump up in drivers. I actually had some duplicates I noticed last night on the win list. I had to fix around too, like Carter Adelman was duplicated. He actually won the 4 career wins, stuff like that. But yeah, so that really does it here with all this stuff here. So yeah, I finally kind of got this win list put together after I found all those old race wins last week here, and I guess it's really cool to be able to do all that here. Kind of be able to officially look back at everything with the CRL and all of the racing I've done, and I guess in the future just have stories to tell about my racing stuff to kids or whatever. But yeah, it was really cool to be able to go back there. Also, and I guess the main reason why I pulled the Wii back up too, funny enough, like I talked about, was kind of doing a lot of sports game stuff too. So I will be actually doing a Wii baseball series, which I used to do back in the day too. And the last season I did there, coincidentally, just like the truck series, was 5 years ago. Back in the BMR and era days. And yeah, it'll be more of a personal thing. I'm not really gonna have much of the YouTube stuff on that. But yeah, no, I did play the Wii Resort too because, of course, when you played disc golf a lot recently, I forgot there was disc golf on there, and I played the 18 hole course like twice. I did like four players on it too by myself. And just say last night I figured out finally how to throw some absolute bombs on that course. So hopefully the next games I play there, I'll play a lot better because that course is pretty difficult. Plus, it was very windy last night in the games I played. But anyway, that for a video here. Thank you for watching the video if you did all the way like always. And yeah, maybe I'll do a CRL era video game edition series here to kind of drive through that. If I do that series, I'm not going to make myself win just as much. I'll probably try to run up front and go for the championship or more race wins. But yeah, not go as crazy as I did back in the day here in these series, obviously. But yeah, once again, thanks for watching again. This is Mikhail Kim with Kim Wrestling signing out, and I'll see y'all next time.